This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Well, Friday night, it's all happening here in Perth, and some of the biggest soccer clubs in the world are here. AS Roma and AC Milan are going to be taking centre
No,
stage.
say it properly.
Roma and Milano.
Milan.
Yeah, former Socceroos Zeljko Kalac has joined us in the house. Zeljko, good to see you, mate.
Morning, guys. Your Perth taxis didn't do me any favours first thing in the morning, taking me to the wrong place.
Yeah,
You
so
got
there's-
stitched.
So the address here is level 1 for 6484?
464
Hayes Street, Perth. Where did you
No,
get
Subiaco.
Yeah.
West
See,
High
that's
Street,
why. See,
Subiaco.
if you would have drove me in the taxi
Perth.
as well, I would end up in Perth as well.
That's right.
Where'd you go?
I don't know. I had no idea where I was. All I know, the Nova Studio wasn't there.
You went in and tried to do an interview and they didn't care.
Zeljko, this is going to be great. It's great for our state to have these two massive clubs over, and of course you played for Milan. Is it great to be a part of it and come over and be around the old club?
Look, I left Sydney yesterday and I had this really great sensation coming here. I seen a lot of people at the hotel when I arrived there and they see me. It was like good old memories. It was really
that's
It was
cute.
really fantastic. Look, our generation when I was at Milan was special. It was the who's who of football. Obviously, the game has evolved, new players, but to see so many old staff still there just shows what a great club Milan is. To have these
like
people
that.
still around.
Hey, we watched the David Beckham documentary, and it was really interesting because it was documenting the time where footballers had changed and suddenly they become more celebrities, and they were driving big fancy cars, Shaun, and
Doing ads.
and
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff. Where were you in the mix of that?
I was the one in the background.
Who's in the back seat of the fancy car?
And you can only see my head.
And what was that shift like? What was that shift like?
Look, I did do a lot of media when I was playing, but it was different. You know, back then it was always out of generosity and out of to grow the game.
Oh,
Like,
really? But with no money
no
attached?
cash. Mate, there was no cash.
It's like when
no
Shaun
folding
played
under the
football.
table.
Yeah, that's it. It was like playing football in the back of the
Yeah,
days. There was no
yeah.
cash, but look, the game's changed now. Everything you do there's a price to it, isn't there?
Yeah.
And that's sad because, you know, we played the game that I love, football, because I actually loved it. It wasn't money was secondary,
Yeah.
and the love of the game was first. Now
Would you rather love or money now?
look, I think you can do a good mix.
Yeah.
You can do a good mix, but I still love the game. That's why I'm still
Yeah.
a part of it.
Yeah.
Live, breathe, eat football. And this younger generation, the first thing they ask you when you go in and negotiate with someone is what I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
They don't look at their career. They don't look where it can take them to actually make those dollars. Like, first do the
Yes.
small footsteps and then get to the best level you can.
It is systematic, isn't it, of the new generation of wanting everything now.
Straight away.
You know, instead of working up to it. But that's just what culture has taught them, is that everything is at arm's length away and you can have it.
They're soft.
Yeah, they're soft.
They're soft.
That's all.
The young bloke, I can't remember his name, but that basically said recently to the Socceroos, if you don't pick me, I'll go and play somewhere else.
Graham Arnold, the young guy from
Italy.
No, from
No.
South Australia. I think.
Yes, and
he's
he's got two other countries that he could potentially play for.
Yeah, one was he's of African descent.
Yes, that's right.
Iracuña.
Yes.
Iracuña.
Yes, that's
Yes.
the one.
Yeah,
So what do
yeah.
you think about when they, when he's kind of like
He said, "I'll go and
offering
play for another country, basically."
I
ultimatum
don't
to
take
pick-
too much to
Yeah.
blackmail. I'd say, yeah, is that how you feel? Off
Yeah,
you go on
yeah.
your bike. I don't think you can actually dictate as a player and as a coach.
as a young player as well.
Any player.
Yeah.
Any player, really. At the end of the day, you either love the country you play for. Like, I had an opportunity to play for Croatia or Australia.
Yes.
And I chose Australia because Australia gave me everything that I created in my footballing life. You know, this was my opportunity. I grew from here. And these young players now, yeah, you can have an Australian passport and play for 4 different countries because
Yeah.
that's the way the game is now. But yeah, look, everyone's very self-centered, this young generation, and they're looking. Don't even get me wound up because one of my players went this morning, and I'm already wound up about it. He's going to play for
happened?
Mauritius.
Mauritius.
Like, I didn't even know they played football, mate, seriously.
A picture perfect place with an island full of beautiful people. How dare
They're
they?
all honeymooners. There's no.
Oh, yeah, they're all jet skiing over there.
Yeah, so don't even get me started on that. No.
Hey, with travelling all around the world, I want to know, have you ever picked up another language?
I speak 5 languages.
Do you?
Yeah.
So English, Croatian.
Dutch,
Dutch.
Italian, and language of love.
Mickey.
Mickey Almanathan.
Mickey Almanathan, come a star.
Oh, bene. Hey,
I'm out.
Yeah.
You're out.
Oh, sorry, La Pena.
I always
a
find
pen.
that interesting because you always have these coaches, international coaches, who are coaching all around the world, and how are they able to get their message across to
Yes.
a room full of players from different nations as well? How does that go down? Zeljko?
The best is when you go around these places and they've got all these interpreters with them. You know, you'll see a lot of the Japanese sides, they've got all the interpreters around them. When I got to Italy, I didn't speak one word of Italian.
Really?
And my coach was Perugino, and the dialect was off tap.
So it wasn't what you'd been learning in
I
an
already
Italian
didn't even
class.
understand Italian,
Yeah.
and then he was talking dialect.
Yeah.
And he'd just look at me, and I'd sit there, and I'd go, what the hell did he just say? And then he'd look at me and say, man, you understand? I said, I just nodded
Yes.
my head.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course I do. Save the ball. Save the ball.
Yeah, that's it.
Zeljko, can you do me a favour and hold your hands up for me? First of all, they're massive.
Big
Oh.
nets.
But on your
Seriously, what
thumbs.
is it with this room? First it's my height, now it's my
No,
hands.
but like,
What are you,
can-
6'7", yes?
6'7".
you can
6'7".
see why you're a goalkeeper,
Can I see your hand,
obviously.
please?
Look at the thumbs, Nathan.
Oh, my God!
Yeah, they're giant hands.
They're
Good for
big
saving
hands.
the ball.
Yeah, they
yeah,
help.
I mean,
They
you
help.
were genetically blessed to be a goalkeeper,
Yeah,
right?
well, I was genetically very slow at running, so I ended up in goals.
Is that what happened?
Amazing.
Athletically, were you?
Disaster. Disaster.
You played for Australia. You played all around the world.
Yeah, but I couldn't run. That's why I ended up in goals. Like footballers these days, there's another qualm. Here's another argument we start with. Players these days, when you say to them, yeah, we're going to do some running today, and they say, why do we have to run? Because in our game, if you can't run, you can't play.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I couldn't run, so I ended up in goals where I didn't have to run.
So in goals, you've got very big hands. Is there? I know there's wingspan in
Yeah,
basketball.
well,
Is
same.
there handspan in? No?
Isn't it an advantage to
Is
have
it-
big
yeah.
hands?
Is
No,
it-
just
no?
keep the ball out of the back of the
Yeah.
net.
Okay.
And
Don't
like
think-
the coaches these days don't care how
Yeah.
you keep it out, just keep it out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Hey, and welcome to Wrexham. Have you been following that?
Yeah, it's very good, ain't
Isn't
it?
that amazing?
It's
What
fantastic.
they've done for that club, and also what they could possibly do. They reckon they could get to the top league in the next 10 years.
But you know
if they
what?
keep
A lot of these sports. I think that Moneyball, the movie
Yeah.
Moneyball,
Yeah.
when it come out, that's actually a serious thing. That actually happens here with the A League because we have a salary cap. The smart coaches, and they always end up in the finals and stuff like that, because you really have to balance out the books to get the right players, to get the right team of all over the park. You know, I mean, when you're
And
talking
stay under the salary cap.
and stay
yeah.
under the salary cap. So it really is a big implement here. And I think our Australian coaches here are very good because we have to implement that, because we don't have an open checkbook to go out there and get the best players in the world, for example. It's easy to be Man City when you pay
Yeah.
250 million for 3 fullbacks.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
You know, you get the quality, that's normal, but you pay the price. Here in Australia, we don't have that luxury. So we have to balance the books up in the right ways. And I think it's a really interesting way of doing football. And I think a lot of clubs out there are doing it now.
We're not getting it right here at the Perth Glory. But anyway, we'll move on from that one. I couldn't believe hearing today, or seeing in the paper, I didn't know that Zlatan Ibrahimovic was here.
He's not.
Did I just say that?
Yeah, it was. He was supposed to come. I actually asked last night when I got to the hotel. And
There's
And it
there's
showed him
photos of him
arriving.
this morning.
oh, yeah, well, there you go. He wasn't here last night, so
Oh,
he must
yeah.
have arrived. So that's
Yeah, right.
that's fantastic.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I got to the hotel last night and he wasn't there because
okay.
I caught up with the others, but he must have come on a later flight from somewhere.
For everybody out there, he's one of the biggest names that's played the game ever, and he's got a.
How much is he on?
Oh, geez, you'd have an
I don't know.
idea of what.
It'd be worth plenty. It'd be worth about 200 million at
Oh,
least.
so like private jet money.
Yeah, it'd
to
be
buy
worth
one.
plenty.
Oh, private jet for sure.
Private jet money. Imagine that.
And he has a confidence / arrogance about the way he's always played too.
But that's
Zeljko.
why he's successful.
Yeah.
That's why he's
Yeah.
successful, because he has this arrogance about himself. But that arrogance, he does it on the park.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so he gets away with it. It's, one thing's being arrogant and then being rubbish on the park, but his arrogance, he's won trophies, he's played for the biggest clubs, and that's what the top players have. They have that arrogance, but they have that self-belief that they can do it out in the park as well.
Yeah,
And they've
most
got
definitely.
the talent to back it in.
Well,
because nobody likes
without
the
that-
arrogant guy who doesn't have that.
Without that, you got
Few of them.
nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, mate, it's an absolute pleasure to have you in here.
It's going to be a
sorry
massive
about the
match.
taxi driver, but yeah.
Yeah, and sorry about the weather, but massive match on Friday. Tickets from Ticketmaster if you want to go along.
Yep.
It's going to be, there's a few left.
Also, we are playing 2 halves very soon. If you want to go along, I wouldn't go
And they're
too far
premium-
away.
premium seats.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Zelko, thank you so much.
Thank
No
you,
problem,
Zelko.
guys. Thanks for
Pleasure
being
to
here.
meet you.
Shaun Sport in podcast form.
take a second to feel the sabotage that's coming from Harry. We know that he's been employed by another radio station in the market.
Clearly.
We just don't know which one it is, but we're seeing his work.
I'm on the night shift with Luke Boner.
We love Boner.
We
love Boner.
Yeah. Most people try to hide their sabotage.
No. I know.
Or
Harry.
their Boner.
Yeah. You'd never win the mole, Harry, because we'd pick you as the mole straight
definitely
away.
not. Well said. Okay, let's go to the Caribbean where half the Australian cricket squad at the moment. So Mitch Marsh is captaining the team.
Yes.
They're playing a warm-up game tonight against Namibia. But half the team will still start... Well, they're on their way to the Caribbean from India. There's Mitchell Starc, Pat Cummins, Travis Head... Marcus Stoinis is another one. There's a couple others, right? So they don't have enough players to be able to play this game tonight.
Oh, no.
So what's going to happen?
they'll still win.
I think Brad Hodge is over there perhaps commentating, so he's going to come into the field.
Oh, hilarious.
The coach is going to get out in the field at some stage.
really?
And they're asking for some of their trainers. They might get... So if you're over in the Caribbean at the moment and you could just be watching training and or participating in the game, if you bring an Australian shirt, which most people who follow cricket, they'll be wearing their Australian colours. Mate, there's every chance you could be on the field.
How good would that be?
Would I get any money?
No.
But
you get to play. You can say you played cricket for Australia, Nathan.
In a World Cup.
You know me.
In a World Cup.
I've played cricket the most out of us.
It's not an official World Cup
recently.
match, though, is it? It's just...
No, it's the warm-up.
It's a warm-up,
But who's not? You're wearing all the get-up, right? Someone takes a snap of you. You walk into a bar anywhere around the world.
Yeah. It's you and Travis Head, just, getting on the beers after a hard day's cricket.
No?
Where are they? They're in
Sean, I don't know how they
They're
do
in
it.
Trinidad.
They're in Trinidad the other day.
Not Tobago, though.
Yeah. No. They would never go to Tobago.
I would pay not to show everyone what I can't do in cricket on a major scale. I'd rather...
You've already done that.
I know.
You did it at the WACA.
Yeah, I know. I didn't get paid or anything like that for it. Like, but no, people don't just need to see what I did to cricket.
Okay, you're not in Trinidad.
If you're a lover of the game and you got the opportunity to jump the fence and field for Australia, possibly take a catch, you'd be going off. Natalie, your thoughts on the Caribbean when you were there? The West. You went there, didn't you?
I've only been to Jamaica, which is kind of the other end of the Caribbean, but they love their cricket, obviously. Very laid back place.
Is everyone smoking joints?
Look, not everywhere that you go for sure, but we went for a little bit of a drive into the hills, sort of away from the touristy areas, away from all the resorts in Montego Bay, and we sort of went inland and we stopped to get something to eat just at a little kind of roadside cafe, and there was a guy that just standing there, like he had the Rasta cap on and everything, and he was kind of just chilled out, and he's like, hey, look at this, and next to him was an enormous marijuana plant just growing there.
I would think that there would be a lot of bongos being played.
Yes,
I just feel like these people are just playing bongos.
Steel drums as well, the calypso drums.
I tell you what, it's where you want to open up a drum shop.
But they make them out of just any old 44-gallon drum as well.
Yeah,
they do too. Well, good luck to Australia today in their warm-up match, and if anybody's there to be able to represent your country, go out there and field. Get in there.
Because do we think they'd be listening to us now?
Of course they will be.
Hey, Harry, don't start playing sound effects now, trying to make up for your sabotage.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, look at now he's helping.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.